So by now I'm thinking I need a geology guy to help me. I don't mean help me here on site, I just mean help me figure this out. This hill is a large hill, gradually sloping all the way down to the river over in the distance. And then right in the middle of it is this huge hollow. Hundreds of thousands of tons, yards of dirt just slumped into a hole, which suggests a sinkhole, right? And on the edge is this limestone edge that was almost showing, and then a circle steeper on the downhill side around it. So I started to dig down, looking for the obvious sinkhole slash cave, and I can find nothing. But what I'm curious about is the shape of the stone where it's dissolved by the water. Seems to be vertical movement of water. It also seems to be flaking away from the rock face there, yet if there was dirt behind and in front, that slab of rock could not move, yet it has moved, which implies that this was open air at some point in time. So I dug this hole, or dug not as deep, but where I'm standing, and we had some very strong rain, sufficient to create the Grand Canyon of water runoff over there in the fresh dirt, and here there was another one where the dirt pile is, and these were torrents of water. Of course I'm exaggerating, but these were small rivulets that were 6 inches wide and 2 or 3 inches deep, all culminating at the end of this rock face and disappearing, literally just disappearing in front of your eyes. I came down here a couple of days after the rain, looking for there to be a pool or an opening or something that was obvious as a next step, and directly in the middle of the field of view right now was a hole, and all of these rivulets flowed towards that hole. It was about 3-inch diameter, clear as far as I could see. I poked a stick into it, the stick went into it. I figured, yes, hey presto, I have found the mouth to my cave, or fissure I should say. Started to scoop the dirt out, and for the life of me now I cannot find that same opening slash soft spot. I've exposed more of the stone and still cannot find anything that helps me. Down there on the left hand side is the top of another one of these flakes. So there's a series of these flakes that have come away from the cliff face, this being the part of the cliff face that's more permanent. And I cannot figure out how these flakes could move away if it was not open air. I cannot figure out for the life of me where such a huge volume of dirt has gone over the centuries, of course. And yes, I do get that it takes a while and a lot can move if you have a long time. But this is a very large hollow, and no, I have not dug out where I am standing. Where I'm standing, I haven't touched it. Huge hollow, I would say 50 feet deep. I would say 200 feet in that direction, 100 feet in this direction. Those trees are standing almost at the top of the natural slope, hill slope. From where I am to those tree roots is minus 10 feet in grade. Far more severe and steep at the rock face, which is why I started digging down by the rock face. And I just can't figure it out. So I need help. I am going to contact the couple of local universities, see if there's a geology slash whatever group that I can maybe get a couple of answers on some simple stuff. And if I can find someone interested, then of course I need to drag them out here, have them take a look. This sinkhole here is in line with another sinkhole that is back in the woods that we also own, that would be more difficult to dig than this one, and not as pronounced. The edges of it were not as steep, therefore it hadn't sunk as fast. Another assumption there that I'm making based on my limited geography but extensive caving experience. The steeper the sinkhole, the faster the movement. But none of that, of course, may be true. And then at the other end, past the second sinkhole, the base of the cliff by the river is a cave, and you can get into the cave sufficiently far to turn around, but it's very hard to determine if it's the exit to a cave that's been silted up, or whether in fact it's just an eddy in the river that's created a small cave. So I'm just fascinated. So I am continuing with the saga of the missing cave. I'm going to dig out more, clean all this up, and do another video. There'll probably be one every couple of weeks until I'm, 100 feet down, and I have this huge feature of a cliff, which is okay. That's also part of the fun. It's Sunday afternoon work is what it is. So I will end this video and do some more.